He's the Gardner Professor of History at Harvard University, the chairperson of the Netaji Research Bureau in Calcutta, and more importantly, he's Netaji's biographer as well as his grandnephew, Sogoto Bose.
Ask me about the Modi government, which has, of course, made this decision. But it's very important at this stage to point out what are the values that Netaji really stood for. So my initial reaction when I heard this news 2 days before Netaji's birthday was that the best monument to Netaji would be to adorn and enlarge his legacy of equality and unity. He was the man who was perhaps the most successful among all of our leaders of the Indian nationalist movement in uniting Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians on the basis of equal rights and equal respect for all. And it's important to note that he visited the grave of the last Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar in September 1943. There was a parade of the Indian National Army in front of that tomb, and that's where Netaji gave his stirring call, Jai Hind, and also Chalo Delhi. And so he respected the Mughals and felt that Akbar in particular had brought together all of the different religious communities of India at that time. You know, my father, Shishir Kumar Bose, drove him on his escape from Calcutta to Gomo. But the man who received him in Peshawar was Mian Akbar Shah, who was a Muslim freedom fighter from the Northwest Frontier province. The only companion, only Indian companion, that is, on his submarine voyage in early 1943 was Abid Hassan, a Muslim from Hyderabad in the south, and he was possibly his closest aide, both in Europe and Asia. The commander of the 1st Division of the INA was Muhammad Zaman Kiani. We talk about the raising of the Indian tricolour in Moirang near Imphal. That was done by an INA officer called Shaukat Malik. And the last journey of his was a tragic one, and the only companion was Habibur Rahman. And even if you read his stirring proclamation of the Azad Hind government, which he wrote on the night of 19th, 20th October, and then read out on the 21st of October, he specifically mentions Tipu Sultan by name. And he also, of course, mentions Nawab Sirajud-Dowla. And he talks about the joint resistance of Hindus and Muslims to colonial rule. So I think he would have been aghast at the way in which history is being distorted. As you pointed out, initially in the Indian tricolour that he adopted in Europe, there was the springing tiger in the center. Once he came to Southeast Asia, he decided to adopt the flag, the tricolour, with the charkha in the middle. And that is because he wanted to make common cause with Mahatma Gandhi. You cannot simply worship him in statue and not accept his ideals of equality among all of India's religious communities and linguistic groups. He made sure that the 3 brigades of his 1st Division of the INA were named after Gandhi, Nehru, and Azad. Nehru, of course, had said that he would step in front of anyone who tried to assassinate Gandhi. And Netaji was completely devoted to the man whom he first referred to as father of our nation.